This is my 79 Brasilia show car project, which I bought off Facebook Marketplace completely sight unseen. £8,750 is how much money I got robbed buying this car. Sandblasted in the field that there wasn't too much left of it, so we brought it here, Surrey Auto Works, for a full restoration, where we found out that Volkswagen are partly to blame for the rust, which means we have a really tough decision to make. Can we justify the man hours fixing this car? The biggest problem with this car is we want to cut the whole front end off it because it is so rotten, and the manpower and labour to actually fix it is going to cost thousands. Yeah, that's right, we're back at Surrey Auto Works, and today I am the apprentice cracking on with the tasks which nobody else wants to do, getting my teeth stuck in, and most importantly, getting the Brasilia one step closer to being show car ready, so we can finally use some Auto Finesse products on this thing and make her look as good as she deserves to look. Check the fit too. Before we crack on further, we will have a look at what Brian has done so far since we've been gone, and just see what there is left to do on the rear end. But Brian has been doing a good job at tackling this. This back section here has been cut out, ready for some new fabrication pits to go in there. Along with this side, that's all been cut out, ready for some new metal. Brian's also welded up the battery tray, which really was in a bad state, as well as fixing this little bit down here, which he's been doing this morning. Brian's also welded up this piece here and on the engine lid there, as well as tackling this little area down here where the battery sits, because that was in a bit of a bad state. He's also cut out and fabricated the little repair piece on here, which you would have seen from last week's video, pretty much ready to be welded into place. We have made a discovery though. The multi-tool is really good at getting the underseal off the engine bay. The only downside to it is it's really noisy, so I've had to invest in some earbuds.
The first job of the day is to pick up where I left off last time. I was reunited with the multi-tool, and my task was to remove the sound deadening that was still left in the engine bay from when I was here previous. We need to get the engine bay looking as good as possible, because when we're at car shows, this thing is going to be an area that people are keen to get an eye on. Whilst we're doing this process as well, we're going to try and fill up some of the holes, smooth the engine bay and tuck the wires. So again, this does look really good, and the engine bay will complement all the hard work done by HR Auto Works on the engine. And before long, it was starting to look really good. But the next challenge was trying to sort out the bonnet.
Right, best way to do this, one hand under there,
Yeah.
on your shoulder.
The camera can't see my pretty face.
The reason for test fitting the bonnet is because the wings are so misshapen. They're bent and need fab work. Now the bonnet gaps need to be perfect, so when this car is fully painted, it looks how it should look.
I mean, the gap along this edge was, like you say, is a bit rubbish, but that's sitting quite low down there.
It's got no the bump stop things in it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
They won't sit. So it's ideally you need to get that.
But that's still quite high there, isn't it?
So we need to test fit the bonnet so we can weigh up and manipulate the panels to try and create the perfect gap. Illustrated here, you can see there's a flat spot in the bonnet.
So what are these marks we're writing on here? Drawing?
This is for the drop there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's not too bad there.
So you know where to bash the wing down, or?
No, we won't bash it. We'll probably bend the bonnet.
Oh, right. Just to make that gap look nice.
It's a little bit down there, but that's fine.
Got faith in you. You're the man, Brian. You're the man. So when we talk about panel gaps, we're talking about the gaps between the two panels, if it isn't already obvious. But we're trying to make it sit flush here and sit nice, as well as sit flush here and make it sit nice. As you can see, that is far from it. the gap along here obviously needs to be nice, and same the other side. But the issue we're having is that to get this smooth onto the top of the wing here, we've got such a big gap on the front. Now these wings are absolutely awful. They're not flat, they're not smooth, they're just lumpy. Yeah, you can see on that ruler, there's such a difference in there. Yeah, it's not flat, it's not ideal, which means that Brian can't fix it up and make it look nice because it is just such a state. But yeah, these wings are pretty bad. I mean, you can't see it obviously on the camera, but it's like a beach there. It's so wavy.
If you are enjoying the video guys, make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button and leave a comment down below. We do love hearing from you. But for now we need to crack back on and check in with Brian and see what some of the work he's been up to. Here he is just finishing off some of the welds on the battery tray. We are having a few issues with the metal being so thin that the welder is blowing holes in it, which you can almost see here. This is a bit of metal that Brian is fabricating to fix a bit of rust on the rear area where the tailgate seal goes onto. As you can see, he's cutting a piece of metal down to size. Once it's cut to size, we can proof it on the car by putting it in place to see if it actually fits correctly. As you can see, it didn't, so Brian's using the grinder to make really minimal adjustments to try and make this fit as perfect as he can get it to. With that done, we can then put it back on the car and see if it fits. I'm guessing it did because Brian's now putting it in its forever home by welding it up. This is the long process of fixing and welding cars. It is not a short process by a long stretch. With it in place, Brian is now going to use the grinder again just to tidy up that edge and make sure it is absolutely spot on. Once he's completely happy with that and everything's good, we're going to tidy up the welds by using the grinder. Grinding all the welds flat so you would never know that it's been welded up before. It really is a lengthy process getting this car fixed. And here he is just finishing off the piece underneath.
You probably only clicked on this video because you thought we were going to cut the car in half. Now that is the plan, but we can't do that until we have a whole front end from Brazil. So if you're in Brazil or know anyone that can help, we need you guys to ship a whole front end to the UK so we can fix the whole front end of this car in one piece. Back to Ollie in the workshop. Obrigado. All in all, pretty successful day today. I've managed to get quite a bit done, so has Brian. But unfortunately, everyone else is gone, but I'm still here. But to find out what's going on, you're gonna have to check the next video that comes out after this to find out why at 7 o'clock I'm still here putting in the night shift. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that thumbs up button, smash that subscribe button. Check out Surrey Auto Works, check out Auto Finesse, check out Lowdown Transporters and even Dropworks Customs for similar automotive content. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching this video and we will see you in the next one. Peace out.